Hello, welcome to another video. This one's a post-salute video, so we salute yesterday. It's Sunday afternoon now. Really good show, Alex.
Really good.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
I'd heard a rumour that there was something like 7,000 people through the door. I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure that's more than they normally get. So it was very busy, wasn't it? At lunchtime, it was very, very busy.
But with the two halls as well, it felt spacious again, like it did
last
year.
It moved sides, hadn't it? So it was
good.
It was very good, and we flew down on Friday, didn't we? And we had a few beers in the afternoon. We went to National Army Museum, so that's always worth a look. We had a look around there, and then we had some beers and called at one of our favourite pubs for something to eat, and then made our way over to the hotel. Just really, really well done. To cut to the chase, the sort of the highlight of the show, I think, for both of us, there was I think it's Loughton Strike Force had put a game on Saigon, 1968, Battle of Saigon, during Tet. Absolutely superb. The terrain was magnificent. We took quite a few photos, and we did a couple of little videos, which you'll see coming up after we finish speaking. I think other people do better sort of full show reviews better than us, so we purposely didn't video it. I just really, when we saw the Saigon game, I just thought it was worthy of spending a bit of time on it and having a look at it. It was really, really well done. We had a nice chat with the guy. We picked up quite a few tips for what I'm going to do with the way buildings. Just really, really well done.
Just loads of details as well. There was cats on the roof and dogs on the street, trash cans.
It was really, really well done.
The
other thing, we met a number of subscribers, which is always nice. People who have subscribed to the channel. I
think we got stopped one person every half an hour. It was crazy.
It was really good. It was really good. It's very much appreciated, and it gives us more focus to continue doing what we're doing. So we initially, when we were in the queue, there's a guy called Ash who I'd never met before, but who I'd seen a lot of his work. He does a lot of bush wars stuff. He's on Lead Adventure Forum, and his stuff's really, really nice. The 20mm sort of Rhodesian stuff I particularly like, so I had a good night out of him, didn't we, in the queue. We got in we'd spoke to Paul and Christine from Empress. They were actually at the same hotel we were staying, so we'd spoke over breakfast, and it said that was one of the first places we'd wanted to hit. I didn't have a massive amount. I wanted to get some BTR 70s for Chechnya, from the Russian forces for Chechnya. I managed to get 2, I wanted 3, but I'm going to be wanging another order off to Empress, and I'll get the 3rd one and some of the little bits and bobs. It's my own fault. I should have pre-ordered them, and it wouldn't have, I've no doubt that wouldn't have been a problem. Right, when we're in the queue, there was a guy called Simon. So this was in the Empress, we're being served, and this guy, Simon, very kindly give me a little gift, and what it is, Osprey books back in the day. There was a company called New Hope Design that were based in Rothbury in Northumberland, and what they used to do when Osprey, so I'm going back to the probably late 70s, early 80s, when they released, then it was just Men-at-Arms. They didn't have, they only did Men-at-Arms. When they released a new Men-at-Arms book, they used to do 54mm figures from the plates. They were white metal, and they could sometimes issue maybe half a dozen figures for each book. When the 3 volumes, Men-at-Arms volumes on the Falklands War were released, if memory serves us correct, it was just probably about a year after the war, so this would have been about 1983. It was a 3-volume set: Land Forces, Air Forces, Naval Forces. The Land Forces volume was illustrated by Mike Chappell, who majority of people who know Man-at-Arms will know Meg Chappell's work. There's a classic plate of a para with a Bergen on, sort of bending over with the weight resting on his SLR. I was aware that they'd done a figure, I think it might even been 65mm, so a little bit bigger. So anyway, this is what I got gifted off Simon, which is very, very kind of him. So Simon, thanks very much. You can rest assured I'll be doing a lot of work on it, and I'll get it the way that it should be. So that was very kind of him, so thanks again. What we'll do, the next video we'll go over the bits and bobs that were actually bought, but we didn't buy masses of stuff, did we?
They were quite good actually.
Yeah, as I say, I had a little order from Empress. I picked up a new set of the Dead Man's Hands Redux rules, and we got some samurai figures. After watching Shogun, that sort of piqued our interest again in Test of Honor, so I picked up a couple of packs of those. Other people that were met, McNabb, who regularly comments on the channel, we had a good natter to him. We made John from Canada, who we saw the first, I think last year when we kicked it off, who hallooed were in the hall prior to it opening. I actually forgot to get his name at the time, and I've since managed to find out who he is. He dropped us an email. We had a good natter, so it was really nice seeing him again.
It was a good catch up as well.
Yeah. I introduced Alex to Stefan from who's the 3D sculptor for the Lionheart figures. He was working on the painting competition at Salute. A guy Barry, who's apparently UK guy but living in Germany. Lots of nice comments from him, which was nice. We also bumped into Carl Tittenden, who does Contact Front. He'd picked Pierre's brand up, so it's a long time since I've seen Pierre, so it was nice to catch up with him. So all in all, it was a really good show.
It was a really good show, yeah, fantastic.
Normally, as normal for the Warlords, really well organised. And we had a good time. Spent more money on food, I think, than on figures, didn't we? Because the prices in London now are horrendous. But never mind, that's just the way it is. You've just got to suck it up. If you go there, you've got to be prepared to pay. So what we'll do now, we'll show a video up. As I mentioned, it's the Saigon game. I'm pretty sure, did it win Best Display Game or something? It won an award. I can't remember. It might have been Best of Show. I'm not sure. I'm sure it'll come up on other folks' videos who do. I know there's guys with channels who do quite lengthy sort of reviews, and you get to see lots of the show. I've no doubt it'll come up on
Steel's one.
I think the guy from Storm of Steel normally does quite a good one. I'm not sure if he did that this year, but I'm sure someone will have. So the video's mainly on, wholly on the Saigon game.
We took some, when we were in London on Friday, I took some photos and a video of what we got up to at the Imperial Army Museum.
The National Army Museum.
National Army Museum, so we'll probably put some of that up.
It's always worth having a look at it.
No, last year one of the Guards Museum, that was good as well. I thought we'll try something. We'll go to a different one this time and talk a little bit about that. But no, overall it was a good show. Still can't believe the amount of people.
No, it was very. I've no doubt that the Warlords will be pleased. It certainly appeared to me to be a lot busier than it was last year, which I suppose is a good. Well, for them, is a really good thing. Isn't it? Anyway, we'll round off now. We'll let you have a look at the Saigon game, and we'll jump back after that and have a quick natter before we go. Okay, so enjoy the Saigon game. Right, and just before I have a look at that, we've got some quick shots from the National Army Museum that Alex took. So this is a Challenger 2 in the Berlin Urban Camo Gate Guardian. That wasn't there the last one. We came probably a couple of years ago, so that's something relatively new that they've banged up. Right, and in the display there was some quite quite canny little quotes. So we'll let you just have a look at those and see what you think. Right, and a nice little shot of a universal carrier there. They've all the few vehicles that they've got in there always in quite good nick. You know, I was telling Alex about this and I had a look at it. It's a Carl Gustav 84mm, and obviously the guy who designed it, Mr. Gustav, never actually had to carry it. I think it was about 36 pounds unloaded, with all the bits sticking in awkward places. A bloody horrible thing to use. I was never that impressed with it, and there's a nice GPMG above. And clothing wise, there's some really nice Denizen smocks. That one's in absolutely cracking condition. They've got a few different ones in, but the displays are always good here and definitely worth visiting. Right, and there's a nice portrait there of George Monk, who was the founder of the Coldstream Guards, God bless him. Right, so on to this Saigon game that we've both been bleating on about. You can see from the quality of the terrain, absolutely brilliant, really nicely done. Was one of those cases of the more you looked round, the more you saw. Basically, really well done. Tires on roofs. There's a cat there on that green building roof walking on the edge. Just really well done. Absolute joy to behold. Try to get as many elements in Saigon in as possible. So this is obviously the river section with a part of the bridge, sampans, some brown water navy stuff, helicopters. Just really well done. I'm gonna shut up about it, and I'll just let you watch the videos and the stills. Right, so there we are, absolutely cracking table, really nice. The attention to detail was spot on, and it just makes the game, I think, with tables. If you add all the little details, it makes the whole thing more enjoyable. And the guys who did that did a really good job. Very impressive. So as normal, if you've got any questions, shout up. We'll do our best to answer them. As I mentioned in the introduction, we're going to do a video, maybe it's a little
later on about what we actually got at
absolutely,
have a look at the figures.
And then it'll be onwards and upwards. So the Saigons games give us a little bit of up me mojo for finishing me terrain off for where, and I'm going to be kicking off with that. So there we are, as normal, folks. Thanks very much indeed for watching. All your support and your kind comments. It's very much appreciated, and it keeps me focused on keep getting the videos out. So thanks very much indeed for watching. Thanks for all the support, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, folks.